Hello everyone. Let's start. We are talking about Aries Ascendant today because in the last video we completed Pisces Ascendant. So just a new background. I was fed up with sitting on the chair and everything. No worries. So I'll just make a table over here so that we can start. Aries Ascendant are also called Kaalpurush Kundali. Why it is called Kaalpurush? Okay, there is a reason. I personally feel that if you are an Aries Ascendant, okay, then it's better that you should walk with time. It is good for you to walk with time. Okay, by meaning walking with time is don't go too much ahead of time, don't go too much back of time. You should walk with time. That is why I say it is a Kaalpurush Kundali. Because basically we start from over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So we say Aries Ascendant and I will write Kaalpurush. Now, we say Kaalpurush because the person is always walking with time. Okay, so time is a very important factor for those who are Aries Ascendant. Okay, why? So let's write lords over here also. So it's good for us to identify. Okay, the lord of Aries is Mars. Over here it is Mars. Okay. Second, Taurus is Venus. Gemini is Mercury. Cancer is Moon. Sun for Leo. Mercury for Virgo. Venus for Libra. Mars for Scorpio. Jupiter for Sagittarius. Saturn for Capricorn and Aquarius and Jupiter for Pisces. Okay, and let's see right over here. We'll also add drishtis over here. Okay, let's also see the drishtis. Okay, so this Mars is watching 1/4 over here. Also Mars is watching. I will write number 1, so it is the Mars of Aries watching over here, okay, and Mars of Aries is also watching over here. Fourth and 8th house, sorry, not 10th house, 4th and 8th house, okay. So Mars of Aries is also watching over here. Then Venus is also watching over here, Venus of Taurus. Now this is a bad drishti, this is a good drishti. Okay, similarly this is a good drishti. Okay. Mercury is watching over here. Is it a good drishti? Yes. Mercury is a good drishti. Moon is watching over here. Moon is a good drishti? No. Over here Moon is not giving a good drishti. Sun is watching over here. Sun is giving a good drishti. Mercury is watching over here. Okay. Mercury of Virgo. It is also giving a good drishti. Venus watching over here. Giving a good drishti. Mars is also watching over here. This is Mars of Scorpio. Also watching over here. This is the bad drishti of Mars, this is the good drishti of Mars. Okay, Jupiter is watching 9th house over here. This is a neutral drishti because this is also the Argala. Okay, Saturn is watching to the 10th house from 7, 8, 9, 10. Saturn is over here, watching over here. So the Capricorn Saturn. And Aquarius Saturn would be watching over here. Okay. This is the good drishti, this is the bad drishti. This is, okay. Now this is 7, 8, 9. Again, Jupiter watches over here. Jupiter of 12th house, that is Pisces. Not a good drishti. Okay. Let's also write tick marks and crosses about which lords are helping and which lords are not helping. Okay. See over here, this lord is making a trouble, so we will write a cross. Venus is good. Mercury is good. Moon is good. Sun is not good over here. Mercury is good over here. Venus is very good over here. Mars is not good over here. Jupiter is not good over here. Saturn is not good over here. Saturn is good over here. Jupiter is good over here. Okay. So let's see Aries Ascendants. Okay. Let's have a closer look on Aries Ascendants and Kaalpurush. Apart from what we are talking about, all the natural Kundalis and all the natural ascendants, this is a different word. That is why I am putting this on the board. Okay. So we can visualize things. Okay. So see, the first house is the house of health, head and mind. So Aries Ascendant, what kind of mind would a goat have? They want to run and run. And they want to go higher and higher. But they also have a habit of putting their head in between. So when Mars becomes the ascendant, the person has a tendency of overly reacting towards something, hyperness, or reacting out the inner feelings. Now when Mars is ascendant, the person is naturally going to react. Now this reaction is not good. The 8th house from Mars is going to be the bad reaction, and the 4th house from Mars is going to be the necessary reaction. Okay, so the 8th house from Mars is the house of transformation. Whenever the person is told to transform, whenever you try to change the person is going to act and respond and react negatively. So first of all, this person is not adaptive to change. The person does not like change. Whenever you tell him to change, the person is not going to change. The person is going to rebel changes in their life, rebel transformation. That is why we say it Kaalpurush. The person is destined to work with time. So the main goal of that person is to understand transformation process. So the person has to continuously transform itself according to time. But the person is unable to do so. That is why they are Aries Ascendant. They have to learn this. They have to learn this in their life, that you have to transform themselves. But whenever people try to transform them, surrounding people try to transform them, situations try to transform them, they rebel out. Okay, they rebel, they react negatively, which is not to be done. Okay, so time is going to make them change, transform them. So in their life, they are going to learn the importance of change, transformation. So the first thing, Mars looking over here, the person is going to react negatively whenever you tell them to transform. But see, Mars over here is, the 4th aspect of Mars is good. So the person is reacting inside their home, inside their dining room. Okay, so inside their home, the person is reacting. So all the frustrations, irritations and the negative or the positive feelings the person is feeling, the person is going to say out loud in their home, especially to the mother. So the person is going to be more connected with the mother. They are likely to pursue the career of mother, and they are open-hearted in their family. Some people might take it in a negative way, that they are very outspoken in the family. They shout or remove frustration or give out everything which is inside stuck. But that is the good aspect of Mars. What is stuck inside it is releasing out in the family zone, the 4th house. So the person has to take care of the mother, because mother is going to be a very good support. Okay, if you are a Aries Ascendant. Second house is the house of Lakshmi Sthan. So Venus is in Lakshmi Sthan, which is a very good placement. When Venus is in Lakshmi Sthan, it is giving you destiny. And more than destiny, it is giving you luck and luxury. See, Venus is also luxury. So you are getting luxury. And you want luxury out of your Lakshmi. So you are spending your Lakshmi into luxurious item. You want comfort in life. Okay. So why do you run after Lakshmi? You don't run after Lakshmi because you are ambitious. Because you want to achieve some goals and there is some task you want to achieve. No. You just run after Lakshmi because you want comfort in life and you want luxuries in life. You want a flexible and easy life, easy going life. Okay. And see, this Venus is also looking over here, the 8th house, which is giving you Sanjeevani Yoga. So the more money you will have, the more easily you will spend on medications. Okay. So you will spend a lot of money on medications and health items, gymming, exercising, proteins and shakes, powders, all types of fruits, vegetables, healthy diet, outing in restaurants and food and everything. Okay, so you will spend your money into health, into food, okay, into life, because it is looking over here. Okay, Venus is looking over here. Getting my point? Venus ની દૃષ્ટિ આત્મા ઘરમાં છે, ત્યાં જોવે છે, એટલે એને ઈ જગ્યાએ બધું કરવું ગમે છે. Okay, and Venus is also the Karak, so you can also pursue some business related to beauty, cosmetics, beauty products also, and you can paint your office in completely white, which can also bring you luck. White walls, okay. White clothes bring you money, Lakshmi. Wearing white clothes, painting your office entirely white, having a white desk, having keeping a diamond. If your Venus is good, you should keep a diamond. See, right now we are not considering the position of planet, but if the Venus is not debilitated, if you keep a diamond, you will always have a good luck. Okay. Regarding to Lakshmi. Next, third is communication. Third house is the house of communication. House of this is the Argala of 11th house. Okay. This is the house of love. This is the house of communication. The more you communicate, the less love you will get, because you will release all the information. So if you strengthen your third house, you will be secretive while communicating, but a very good communicator. But the 11th house, the gain will go out. Why? Because the gain comes when you have the skill. You don't teach other people skill. When you strengthen the 11th house, you teach other people skill. When you strengthen the third house, you utilize your own skill. Okay, you strengthen the communication. Okay, so this is why love is opposite to the third house of communication. It is very good if you do some business with your brothers and sisters. Okay, because Mercury is sitting over here, and if your Mercury is not debilitated, and if your Mercury is not in retrograde, you should specifically do business with your cousins or your brothers or sisters. Real brothers and sisters are very good if you want to do business. Okay, and you have very good communication skills. If you wear a Mercury, you will have a very good communication skills. Again, your Mercury should not be in retrograde, or it should not be debilitated in Libra. Okay. Now, talking about the 4th house. 4th house over here is natural house, Cancer. So why 4th house is given to Cancer? Because home is where mother is. Okay. In reality, home is where mother is. Where there is no mother, it is no home. Understand the phenomenon. Natural. Because mother is the basic essence and emotion of the family. Without mother, home is just a house. That is why Moon is the natural karak of 4th house. 4th house is family. Who makes a family? A mother makes a family. When there is no mother, a family is broken. A family is incomplete. So to make a complete family, you need a mother, because mother is the primary essence and emotion. Over here, in the 4th house, Moon is having Digbal strength. Okay. So if you are Aries Ascendant, Moon is very important for you. You need to wear a moon, you need to strengthen your moon. Okay. And what is more necessary is to stay around moon. Stay around your mother. Always stay with your mother, because your mother is the primary love. For all the Aries ascendant, the greatest planet is moon. If I see it is Aries ascendant, okay. So where I would see first? I would see first where is the moon. Getting my point? Whenever I see the person is having Aries ascendant, I will first look at the moon. I will not look at any other planet, because moon is in the Digbal strength. Whereas if we talk about Scorpio ascendant, okay, if we talk about Scorpio ascendant, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth house is Leo and Sun is in Digbal. So for every Scorpio ascendant, I will see where is the Sun, because Sun becomes Digbal in Scorpio ascendant. Over here in Aries ascendant, moon is Digbal. So I have to see first moon. So whenever we talk about Aries ascendant, always take care about the moon. Always see the moon first. See all the remedifying factors of moon. When you remedify moon, you are 80% over the chart. Okay. So mostly what you have to do first and foremost, remedify the moon of any Kaalpurush only. Why do we say Kaalpurush? Who walks with time on this earth? In order to walk with time, you need to be with moon. You need to follow the Tithi cycles. Okay, the water element. So the next thing this Kaalpurush people have to always take in consideration is they will drink ample of water, because the more water you will drink, the more moon you will strengthen. The more moon you are going to strengthen, the more this Mars is going to reduce. The more the Mars is reduced, the Digbal strength of moon is going to increase. And this first house Mars characteristics is going to reduce. Okay, but we again have to see if in this scenario, if moon is also debilitated, or moon is not rightly placed, moon is flickered, or moon is with wrong people, wrong planets, anywhere. So first we correct moon. Always in Aries ascendants, always correct moon first. Always correct moon first. Nothing else. પેલા મૂળ હરખો કરો. એરિસ એસેન્ડન્ટ છે, મૂળ હરખો કરો. બીજું બધું ભૂલી જાઓ, કાંઈ જુઓ જ નહીં. Don't see panchang, don't see planets, don't see rashi drishti, don't see rashis, don't see dagda tithis, don't see planets, don't see houses, don't see where the graha drishti is, don't see yog sambandh, don't see anything. You see Aries ascendant, make the moon perfect, as much perfect as you can do. Okay. Whenever you see Aries ascendant, focus on the moon first. So as soon as you focus on the moon, you make the moon better. And as soon as the moon is better, the entire chart is going to strengthen the fourth house over here, which is a very good remedy. Okay, so the entire you strengthen the fourth house of Aries ascendant, you solve 80% of the person's problem, because now the person is having courage to fight with any problem. The person needs a strength and courage of the family or Aries ascendants. Okay, so in all Aries ascendant, you have to strengthen the fourth house. Always remember that. And what else you have to do? Give remedies about moon. Okay, so you have to, the prime focus should be moon in the fourth house when you see an Aries ascendant. Okay, because in Aries ascendant, the Digbal strength goes to fourth house. Fourth house is most important for the Aries ascendant. Okay. Now next is fifth house. Fifth house is again going to Sun. Now fifth house is also related to society, work, respect, and also children. Okay. But over here, see the drishti of this ninth house over here, Jupiter, which is very good. When Jupiter is placed over here in the fifth house, it gives very good result. But Sun over here does not give very good result. Okay, yes, it might give very good result in terms of outspokenness, social environment and everything, but for that your sun should always be placed very nicely and Jupiter should be placed even more nicely. If sun is not good and Jupiter is not good, this fifth house over here with sun is not going to give good result. So that is why I made a crossover here, because Jupiter is more better in fifth house than the sun. Even though, okay, because Jupiter is going to do wonders over here. Sun can't do wonders over here. Sun can do wonders over here, here and here. Okay, over here sun is not doing wonders. Sun is watching over here, the drishti is very good. Okay, so sun is going to give good result, but for the person, sun is not good. So the person would feel that the father is not very soft with him or her, but at the end of the day, father is doing something good for the son or the children. Yet father is being hard. Okay, so we could say that all the Kaalpurush people, father is a hard figure in the house. They are hard, strict. Okay, you can say strict. So Jupiter over here, the drishti of Jupiter over here is very important. So if Jupiter is placed over here, the person is going to have very good destiny with social environment, social work, and the company around and the society. If Jupiter is looking over here, very good. If Jupiter is placed in a very good house, if Jupiter is placed in the 4th house or 9th house or 11th house, 1st house, okay, then you can always make the person wear Jupiter, because Jupiter is going to strengthen the drishti of the Lord of the 9th house over here. If any malefic is placed over here, the person should wear Jupiter. If any malefic is in the 5th house having Aries Ascendant, the person should wear Jupiter always. But again, we should again see the strength of the planet, Shadbals and all the things. So if the Jupiter is not giving cost, then you should make him wear Jupiter. Okay. Now moving to the 6th house. 6th house is of enemies, and Mercury is the lord of 6th house, which is very good over here. Mercury is someone who is going to eliminate your enemies by knowing your enemies. So when you know your enemies, you can eliminate them. But what does Mercury do? Mercury in the 6th house will teach you that, okay, that person is your enemy and you have to stay away from them. Mercury is not going to remedify it. Mercury is only going to show you that the person is your enemy. So the good advantage of Mercury or Virgo in the 6th house is you are always going to identify your enemies. Who are your enemies? Okay, and Mercury in the 6th house of diseases and illness. So you have to take care very much upon nervous diseases, brain diseases, nerves, muscular diseases, sodium level in the body. Okay, whenever Mercury is concerned, always take care of the sodium level. Okay. Then speech, throat, thyroid, all the 3 things are related to Mercury also. But personally, I would feel the person is very lucky in doing business if again Mercury is not debilitated. Mercury should not be debilitated. Come on, in the chart, if the Kaalpurush Kundali is there and Mercury is debilitated, it is not a good thing. Okay, so Mercury should not be debilitated. Second thing is, see, where is Mercury watching? Mercury is watching over the 12th house. Now, spiritually it is good. Materialistically it is not good. So I will again do a dot. Okay, I have done a tick mark. But I will do a dot because we are talking about both spiritual and material thing. So spiritually, Mercury in 12th house, very good. Materially, Mercury in 12th house, not very good. Okay. So over here, the Mercury in the 6th house is watching the 12th house, which is okay. Why it is okay? Because see, the Jupiter over here is suppressed by Mercury, and this Jupiter is giving some result regarding to spiritual life. So this is again a relative concept. This Mercury over here is giving you a relative result. If you are spiritually inclined, then this Mercury is going to give you good result. If you are not spiritually inclined, your 9th house is empty, your 10th house is empty, and all the planets are in the first 2, 3, 4, 7, and 11, 12, or something like that. If these 2 houses are empty and you are not spiritually inclined, or the lord of these 2 houses are not in the 12th house, that means you are not spiritually inclined. Then that kind of person is going to struggle with the Mercury. They are going to struggle with God and religion, spirituality. They might have some dogmatic views about religion of the world and why do people follow religion, and they might be an atheist also. But it is again based on how other planets are placed. So this Mercury is a very relative aspect. Plus, talking about illness and diseases, you always have to strengthen the 8th house to eliminate the illness and diseases. That is why you have to again keep transforming yourself. So these Kaalpurush people are very subjected to have seasonal diseases. So whenever seasons is going to change, the thermal level of the body is going to change, and Mars is not going to allow fusion. See, Mars is everything about thermal energy. Okay, so whenever seasons are changing, thermal environment is changing, electromagnetic radiations around you is changing, the body's thermal range is changing. So as soon as the thermal range of the body changes, Mars is going to have chaos. It is going to give you chaos in the surrounding. Okay, your vibes are going to be chaotic. So what you do is you have to adapt to changes if you are a Scorpio ascendant or Aries ascendant. Because Mars is wanting you to change your vibes every season, every Sankranti. So what happens is, over here, you have to take care about seasonal diseases with the help of Mercury. So every time the season is changing, you should do Wednesday fast. Wednesday fast without eating salt in the diet. Okay, and Tuesday fast with only salt and fruits. Getting my point? On Tuesday you eat just fruits, added salt on it, salt or say pink salt. Okay, and Wednesday you eat no salt, not even in vegetables, not even in roti. Okay, totally saltless diet. Whenever the season is changing, that is 4 times a year. Okay, 4 times a year, and in one moon cycle. So in one moon cycle you will have around 3 to 4 Wednesday and 3 to 4 Tuesdays. So every year around 12 days a year, 12 or 16 days a year. So you have to fast 12 or 16 days a year, so body can easily adapt and change its vibes and circulation. So what you do when you fast, okay, you give your body a snap that okay, come on, we have to change the thermal essence. Change your body, make it cool as soon as winter is coming out. Make it warm, make it cool when summer is coming out. Make it warm when winter is coming out. And when you fast, the body adapts to change. Okay, so fasting is important. 7th house, Venus, very good. Scorpio, but see over here, Saturn is looking over here. Okay, Saturn of Capricorn. So in order to have a happy marriage life, what you should have a very good career, social life. In order to have a very good social life, you should have Saturn, that is ethics and values. See, ethics, more is ethics and not values. Values is more like Jupiter. Ethics is like Saturn. Saturn is very ethical person. Saturn has his own ethics. Okay, this is right, this is wrong. I will do what is right, I won't do what is wrong. If you think that doing wrong is going to benefit me and everybody around me is doing wrong, I am still not going to do wrong. I am going to do right things. That is Saturn. Okay. So in order to have a very good partner or very good relationships, you need to be your ethics. Whenever your ethics has gone, your spouse is going to disrupt you. It is indirectly or directly going to punish you. Okay. Because Saturn is also punishment. So whenever you ruin your ethics, you will get punishment. Okay. So Saturn is very important. Saturn is also giving you fruits, Saturn is also giving you punishment. So, in relationship, if Saturn is watching there, it means that the moment you lose your ethics, the moment you cheat, the moment you do some wrong things, the moment you are ethically wrong with your partner, you are going to suffer. But until and unless you are ethically right, your partner is always going to support you. So it is also a blessing, it is also a curse. I won't say curse, it is a necessary thing. But the blessing is that until and unless you are ethical towards your partner and your relationship is going to be very loving. Okay, so Saturn looking over here, you just have to be ethical with your partner. Everything else is going to fall into places. But the moment you stop being ethical with whatever reason, Saturn doesn't care about reason. Okay, Saturn doesn't care. Okay, I did this because he was not understanding. I did this because she is a very possessive girl, or he is a very he is not understanding. She is very possessive. See, Saturn does not like reasons. To hell with the reasons. I don't care what your reasons are. You just have to be ethical. If you can't be ethical, don't give reasons to be unethical. Just don't be unethical. That is what Saturn is. Okay. So Saturn is just about being ethical. If you be ethical, Saturn is always going to reward you. Okay. So Saturn is everything about ethics. Okay. And your Venus is demanding ethics. Because a Libra Venus is a very good Venus. Libra Venus is a very good Venus. It is even a better Venus than Taurus. Okay, so this person is very good. Your spouse is very good until and unless you are ethical. The moment you be unethical, the person is very bad for you. Okay, so the person is either a blessing or a punishment to you with regards to if you are ethical or not. Okay, rest everything is very good of the 7th house. And see, this Venus is also looking at the 1st house. So all your heat, all your anger will be of no use in front of your partner. Okay, your partner would be very good in handling your anger. Okay, and Mars is also the essence of your sexual energy. So the partner is also very good to diffuse your sexual energy. Okay, see, this Mars is also the sexual energy. The person is going to have enormous sexual energy if the person is Aries Ascendant or Scorpio Ascendant. Okay, because Mars is also the root chakra. You are made with the energy of root chakra. You are made with sexual energy. Okay, so all the person who are either Aries Ascendant or Scorpio Ascendant, their body is made up of Martian energy, and Martian energy is the energy of root chakra. Tremendous horny energy. I won't use the word horny, naughty energy. Okay, and sexual energy. So if Venus is looking over here, it means Venus is passion, softness, and Mars is harsh, naughtiness. Okay, the hardcore sexual energy. If number 1 is over here or number 8 is over here, that is either the person is Aries Ascendant or Scorpio Ascendant, the person is going to be related to very harsh or hard sexual habits. Okay, but if Venus is looking over here, the person is going to be passionate with the spouse. Okay, so only to the person on whom this is emotionally attached, the person is going to be passionate. Otherwise, the person is going to be a very hardcore in their sexual life. Okay, so whenever Mars is over here, Mars is also root chakra energy. And this root chakra energy is always suppressed by Venus because Venus is passion. Venus is emotion. It is a soft energy. This is a very hard throbbing, hard energy. So this is the Pingla essence. This is the Ila essence. So when Venus is looking over here, the spouse is easily able to reduce this person's sexual energy to a nominal baseline. Okay. So it is important for Aries Ascendant people to have, I guess, good amount of sex around once a fortnight, once a week, but it is important. Okay, so it is important for people to have at least weekly sex because of this Mars Venus over here. The body is needing 2 types of energy. When one of them is not present, okay, there would be a lot of hormonal changes, and those hormonal changes are going to affect the mind. Okay, so it is very important to have sex for Aries Ascendant and Scorpio Ascendant. When the person does not get sex, having Mars as the lord of Lagna, their hormones are going to disrupt. Okay, so all the Aries Ascendant, Scorpio Ascendants, you are very lucky people. Please have sex regularly. Okay, now see, Venus is also sex, but Venus is the passionate sex, softness. Okay, so see, all the Libra ascendants and Taurus ascendant, it is not necessary to have sex, but when you have sex, your Venus is getting purified. Okay, so these people have sex for their body. It keeps the body healthy. When Venus is the Lord, it keeps the mind healthy. Okay, see the difference. When Mars is over here as the Lord, Aries Ascendant or Scorpio Ascendant people, they should have sex regularly, because sex is going to keep their body healthy, their hormone system healthy. And those who are having Venus Ascendant, that is Taurus Ascendant or Libra Ascendant, number 2 over here and number 7 over here, they should also have sex regularly, but it is sex is going to keep their mind healthy. Okay, so if Venus is the Ascendant Lord, having regular sex is going to keep your mind healthy, and if Mars is the Lagna Lord, having regular sex keeps your body healthy. In both the cases, if either Venus or Mars is the Lord and there is a lack of sex or sexual life, the body or mind is going to disrupt. Okay, so these people, Aries Ascendant, Taurus Ascendant, Libra Ascendant, Scorpio Ascendant, please do have sex. Okay. Now coming towards 8th house. 8th house is of death and transformation. Again, Mars is sitting over here. Over here, Mars is also heart, blood pressure. So you also have to take a very good care about your blood pressure. Aries Ascendant, please do pranayam regularly, because blood pressure is something you have to take care of your entire life. Okay, and hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is also a very important factor in your life, in your body. Iron is also a very important factor. So always maintain iron balance, hemoglobin balance. Okay, and Mars over here, exercise well, keep your breathing cycle steady. Plus see, Mars is watching over here, which is not a very good aspect. In your anger, you lose control, your blood pressure is going off. Jupiter watching over here, it is very likely that you also have to take care about diabetes, cholesterol. So the amount of food you eat, it should be aligned with your heart rate. Okay, so you should not eat a lot of sugar. You should not eat a lot of oil. Ghee is okay. Butter is okay. But oil and sugar is not okay. Okay. Now Saturn is watching over here. See, Saturn looking at the 8th house. Wonderful. Saturn looks at the 8th house, you live 96 years. Guaranteed. Saturn is looking at the 8th house, you are living 96 years. Guaranteed. Okay, and if Saturn is placed over here, guaranteed cross 90 years. If it is not in a bad position in Navamsha. So Saturn in the 8th house is very good. Venus also very good. So this Venus Drishti and Saturn Drishti is very good. So if you want to live a longer life, okay, so you have to grab hands of either Saturn and Venus. You can wear Venus or Saturn in your neck. For Venus, I would suggest Vaijanti Mala. Vaijanti Mala, white seeds. You can wear that Vaijanti Mala. And for Saturn, I would suggest Spatik Mala. Okay, because Saturn is the friend of Moon, and we will not wear Saturn directly. We will admire Saturn through Moon. So we have to wear Spatik Mala over here. This Spatik is always going to reduce your Mars. Okay, but in these conditions, either Venus and Saturn should not be debilitated, should not be debilitated, should not be debilitated 3 times. Okay, if those are not debilitated, you can wear any of them, and it is going to give you longer life. Okay, so, and this is the 8th house of transformation. You are born because of transformation. See, Kaalpurush. What are you going to learn in this life? You are learning to transform yourself with time. Okay, so this 8th house becomes very important for Aries Ascendant. And I will not suggest that the person should not marry someone who is having Scorpio Ascendant. Okay, because it is again going to make some hormonal disorders, or we will have problem conceiving child or having child, and all such problems will arise. Okay, because of this. So always take care about that. Otherwise, I will not talk too much about this 8th house, because it is, people say it is the house of death. It is not the house of death, it is the house of transformation, because that is nothing but transformation. So, who is better in transforming than Venus and Saturn? Venus transforms a person through love. Saturn transforms a person through realization. Both these planets are very good over here. Okay, but Mars transforms a person from anger into anger through anger, which is very bad. Okay, so Mars is not very good over here. Okay, even though it is the Lord of 8th house itself, it is not good, because through anger you are being transformed. Okay, so you need harsh treatment in order to transform yourself, which is not very good, which is very bad. And Jupiter is looking over here, which means every time you transform, you learn a lesson. So life is making you learn a lesson to transform yourself. Why should life teach you to learn a lesson to transform? You should transform yourself, so the life does not teach you. Okay, so these two planets are not very good. But Venus and Saturn, very good over here. Okay, so now let's go to the 9th house. 9th house over here is Jupiter. Jupiter in the house of temples is actually good, but I'm adding but over here, because Jupiter is more necessary in the 5th house than the 9th house. Okay, but this Mercury watching the 9th house is very good over here. Okay, see, this is a very deep concept. People will say, okay, Jupiter in the 9th house is very good. Yes, Jupiter in the 9th house is very good. The person is going to be spiritually inclined, but the person can also be delusional. Okay, they might also follow some rituals and practices which are no more necessary. Okay, all the Andhashraddhas and everything, the person can go into Andhashraddha. Okay, because of this Jupiter over here, the person is blindly going to follow the guru or religious leaders. Okay, it is not good. If Jupiter is over here, it is good. Okay, it is spreading knowledge. This is you are getting knowledge blindly from a spiritual guru. Okay, now if the guru is not right, guru is not good, you are going to get bad guru. Okay, but see, this Mercury having drishti, this 3rd house, Mercury is watching over here. It is going to give you better result than this Jupiter present over here. Why? Because through Argala also, Jupiter over here is going good result rather than this. Okay, so in Argala, I would suggest the person should strengthen Mercury and Sun rather than this Jupiter in the 9th house, Sagittarius. So they should not strengthen the Sagittarius zodiac. They should either strengthen this Gemini, or they should either strengthen this Leo. But this Leo again, for Leo you have to again see where the Sun is. Okay. So just because this Mercury is watching over here, this Mercury is better than the Jupiter sitting over here. Because see, many people is going to say Jupiter is good over here, because Jupiter is like blind faith over here. And this is Kali Yuga. See, Jupiter over here was good in Satyuga and Dwapar Yuga. This is Kali Yuga. You should not have blind faith. This is going to give you blind faith into people. And it is not the time to have blind faith, okay? And I would say, don't blindly have faith even on literature, even on books, even on bookish knowledge. Experience things in life, come on. You read in some book, okay, this is written in this book, this is written in this Shastra, this is written in Gemini, this is written in Purush, this is written in this is written in that. Stop following blindly anyone. And by anyone, I mean literally anyone. Stop following blindly anyone. You understand the meaning of anyone? Anyone includes Parashara. Anyone includes Gemini. What you should do, understand the system, apply it in your life, whatever is applicable, however it is applicable, through the applications, increase the knowledge, believe what is applicable at this point of time. Or I am not saying Parashara is wrong, Gemini is wrong, nobody is wrong. Everybody wrote knowledge, everybody wrote literature at the time they existed. This is not the time they existed. So if you try to follow the knowledge written 20,000 years before, at this stage of life, come on, have some logic. Okay, have some Rahu. Okay, don't be Jupiter, have some Rahu. You are reading a book which is written in some, I don't know, 2 lakh years before, 20,000 years, I don't know how many years ago a Rishi wrote this book and you are reading. Okay, I am not saying the Rishi is wrong, the Rishi is right. Rishi was right. What? Rishi was right at his time. The time has changed. Kaal has changed. The Kaal has become Kali. Kali Yuga. Okay? The Kaal became Kali. You cannot follow the Kaal when you are at the Kali. Getting my point? I'm not saying Gemini is wrong, Parashar is wrong. I'm just saying don't keep blind faith on anyone. I mean literally anyone. Because they are right, they wrote things right, they wrote things rightly. But this is not the time to follow blindly what is written in that yuga. It was written in that yuga, so it can be followed in that yuga. As soon as the yuga parivartan starts, there is a parivartan in rituals, parivartan in parampara. Okay, it is said in Mahabharata also. Whenever a yuga parivartan is there, kalantar comes. At the kalantar, there is vikalpa. What is vikalpa? Vikalpa is the knowledge which comes into Brahma. And that vikalpa comes before kalpa. So whenever kalpa is changing, Brahma, a day of Brahma is changing, vikalpa, knowledge comes into Brahma, and that knowledge is spread out. And that is the new knowledge of the new day of Brahma. Why are you following the old day of Brahma's knowledge in the new day of Brahma? Technically it is not right. Okay, you can debate with me for several hours on this topic, and I am not going to debate because I am talking about Aries Ascendant. So I am saying having blind faith is not good in this era. So that is why Jupiter in 9th house is not good in this era. Believe me, not believe me, that is your birth. Mercury over here is very good. Mercury in the 9th house in Kali Yuga is very good. Okay, it is going to give you right and wrong. It is going to teach you what is right and what is wrong, which is very good. Okay, and see the nature. Nature is then you see naturally 10th house. 10th house is governed by Saturn. Saturn is work, labor. 10th house. Now the amount you work, Saturn is going to either reward you or punish you. Okay, but who is having Digbal strength over here? Digbal strength is over here of Sun. Okay, so over here you have to work under someone. So it is going to teach you compromise. So 10th house is also about society. So if you want to live in society, you have to compromise things. Okay, and over here the Rashi Drishti, the Graha Drishti is of Chandra, Moon. See, Moon is not looking over it. It is not good. If you be emotional towards the society, it is not good for you. Aries Ascendant, you cannot be emotional towards the society. Not good for you. You can only be emotional towards your family. The moment you try to be emotional towards the society, there are going to have troubles in your life. Okay, so don't be emotional towards the society. First of all, don't spread your emotions in the society. Keep your emotions restricted in your family. Okay. That is one more piece of advice for Aries Ascendant. Talking about work, see there are two types of work. You can also do work and you can also do business, because see Saturn over here, 10th and 11th, both are good. But this 11th Saturn, it is the Argala of 3rd house. So for this I would say the 10th house and 11th house will specifically need where your Saturn is placed and whether Saturn is in retrograde or whether Saturn is moving forward. If Saturn is in retrograde, this 10th house is more stronger than 11th house. If Saturn is not in retrograde, this 11th house will be more stronger than the 10th house, because retrograde Saturn in 10th house is going to give you good result, but not retrograde Saturn or direct Saturn in the 11th house is going to give you good result. Plus Sun is looking over here. See, Sun is looking over here. So we also have to see where your Sun is placed. If your Sun is debilitated, you have to follow Saturn. If your Sun is not debilitated, then follow Sun and restrict Saturn. So it is either the case. You have to see which one of it is good. If Saturn is good, follow Saturn. If Sun is good, follow Sun. You have both the things. Aries Ascendant, Scorpio Ascendant. Both the ways are open. Nobody is saying that follow the Sun and suppress Saturn. I am saying you can either suppress Sun, either suppress Saturn, whichever is good in your chart. Okay, both of them will give you good results. Next, 12th house of Pisces. Now Pisces Jupiter is totally different than this Jupiter. Sagittarius. Pisces Jupiter is all about outcomes, result and fruits, whereas Sagittarius Jupiter is all about learning, dedicating, everything is about Sagittarius. But Pisces Jupiter is getting the fruit of the knowledge. Okay, so the fruit of knowledge over here is also of spirituality. Okay, but Jupiter in the 12th house is watching the 8th house is not very good. Mercury over here watching is kind of neutral. It is giving spiritually, it is giving you good growth, but materially it is not giving good growth. Okay, so over here I would say Jupiter in the 12th house is very important house. Whatever planet is placed in the 12th house, you have to see that planet after you see the moon. So what is the first thing you see in an Aries ascendant is their moon. After watching their moon, you will see what planet is placed in the 12th house. If 12th house is empty, 50% of the astrologer's burden is gone. Because if the 12th house is having some planet and the person is Aries ascendant, it is a troublesome chart. Okay, so it is very important to see the 12th house. If 12th house is not empty, okay, if Venus is placed in 12th house or Mars is placed in 12th house. See, if Mars is placed in 12th house, very bad. Very bad. The worst placement is when Mars is in 12th house and the person is Aries ascendant. Okay. After that, second worst is when Saturn is in 12th house and Sun is also debilitated. If both of these things are, then it is the second worst placement. Okay. Then third would be when Mercury would be in 12th house and Jupiter is also debilitated. Okay. But if 12th house is empty, the person should relax. Okay. 12th house is also the house of sleep. So when you sleep, always sleep with full stomach. Whenever you sleep with empty stomach, next morning you will definitely have some problems related to your stomach, your mood and everything. Okay, so all the Aries ascendant always take care that you always have to sleep with full stomach. If you don't sleep with full stomach, in the morning you will either have gas, you will either have constipation, you will have some mood swings, or you will not feel like to work and energy less. Okay, so you need to have milk before you sleep. Before you sleep, always have milk. Okay, it is a very unique advice, but try it. It is going to help you a lot. Okay, so this was the 12 houses of Aries Ascendants. We complete the Aries Ascendants over here. I didn't talk much about the 11th house right over here, okay, because it is specifically based on where your Sun is placed and where your Saturn is placed. So if I keep on talking about your lab through Saturn and everything, it is worthless. Because if your Sun is placed somewhere else and it is watching somewhere else and your Saturn is in retrograde, everything is going to change. So this 11th house is highly variant over here, and this 5th house is also variant. Okay, so this 11th house and 5th house, both these houses are very variant with respect to where your Sun is placed and where your Saturn is placed. Otherwise, other houses are going to remain as it is, what I said, and you can follow these basic rules. In deeper after looking towards ascendants, in deeper you can see where the planets are placed. After watching where the planets are placed, you can see Dagda Rashis. After watching Dagda Rashis, you can see where the Rashi Drishti is and the Graha Drishti is, and after Rashi Drishti, Graha Drishti, then you can see the Yoga and Sammat. Okay, but specifically I like the Kaalpurush Kundali very much, because all I have to do is to check the moon. If moon is right in the Kaalpurush Kundali, make the moon right. Okay, the easiest advice I would give to noob astrologers, and if you are very new to astrology, and if you see a Aries Ascendant chart, okay, you just watch where the moon is, strengthen the moon, make the moon bright, make the moon very good, and it is going to give you very good result. Okay, but if the person is born on Amavasya, don't see the moon, then see Cancer, then you have to see the 4th house. If any planets are watching the 4th house, or where the or any Rashi Drishti is there on the 4th house, then you have to see the 4th house if the person is born on Amavasya. Okay, let's keep it over here. We will finish the Aries Ascendant today. Right now, we'll come back with Taurus Ascendants. Okay, thank you very much. And if you want to make any Kundalis and astrological advice, do log on to www.vedicvedanta.com or come into comment zones. Subscribe me for astrological updates. Thank you very much.